You know how it goes. You want to have those great summer vacation ideas for next year, 2025 maybe. But digging through all the blogs and videos, it feels like a lot.
It really does. But hey, that's why we're here.
Exactly. Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through all that noise and give you the good stuff, travel inspiration for summer 2025.
Yep, we've gone through, well, quite a collection of sources, travel articles, YouTube videos from experts, people actually out there experiencing these places.
And our mission for you. Pull out the really interesting bits, the useful stuff, so you can start dreaming, maybe even planning. Doesn't matter what you're into or, what your budget looks like.
For sure. And people are definitely already thinking about summer 25. We're hearing it everywhere.
There's this real craving, right, to just like unplug and do something different.
Totally. So let's dive in. First up, some of those places that just keep coming up year after year.
Okay, where are we starting?
How about the Caribbean? Puerto Rico. It's always popular, and you can see why.
Beaches, mountains.
Right, and that warm weather pretty much all year. Now, here's something interesting we found. June might actually be a sweet spot.
Oh yeah? Fewer crowds?
Seems like it. Maybe just before the main summer rush kicks in. And big plus for U.S. listeners, no passport needed.
That's huge. A Caribbean trip without the passport admin. Nice.
Definitely a win.
And sounds like plenty to do. Drift to the beach, the history in San Juan, Cayo y Cacos. Looks beautiful.
It really does. Okay, let's hop across the Atlantic. Italy, Florence.
Ah, Florence.
Just not a city.
Exactly. But it's not just a museum piece, it feels old, obviously. But sources say it's got this contemporary vibe growing too.
Interesting mix.
Yeah. And the big tip, go early. Like really early, before 9 a.m. if you can swing it.
To beat the heat and the crowds.
You got it. The light's better, it's cooler, you get those famous spots almost to yourself for a bit. Maybe grab a pastry from a local place before everyone else wakes up.
Oh, that sounds magical. Seeing Michelangelo's David or the Ponte Vecchio without, shoulder-to-shoulder people. Right. And of course, you've got the Duomo, the Uffizi, the Accademia with David. It's just stunning.
An absolute must. Okay, where next? From Renaissance Italy to
the ancient world, Peru, Machu Picchu.
bucket list central, the lost city of the Incas.
Definitely, it's incredible. But this one needs planning. Big time.
Okay, good heads up. Why is that?
Well, summer, the June, July, August, that's their dry season. Best time for hiking, especially the Inca Trail.
Right.
But you absolutely need a licensed guide, and there's a strict ticket system, daily limits to protect the site.
So you need to book way ahead.
Months ahead, like
Yeah.
4 or 6 months, maybe even more for peak times. Get that permit sorted early. And the way it's built, up in the Andes, stones fitting perfectly with no mortar. Amazing engineering for the terrain.
Wow. Okay, serious planning needed.
Hmm.
And the sources mention Cusco as a starting point.
Yeah, the old capital. Good for getting used to the altitude before heading to Aguascalientes, which is the town right by Machu Picchu, that train ride from Cusco. Supposed to be amazing, too.
Sounds like an adventure in itself.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the Med.
Let's do it. Cyprus sometimes gets overlooked, with Greece and Italy nearby.
True. What's the appeal?
Well, interestingly, the sources suggest it can be a bit milder in summer compared to some other med spots. Less intense heat, maybe?
Ooh, that's definitely appealing for summer.
Could be a big plus. And it sounds like a place where you can really get a feel for local life. Explore little seaside villages, try the mez.
Ah, man, love those little sharing plates.
Exactly. And they have this thing called the Festival of the Floor in summer, a traditional dance festival. Plus, tons of history, Tomb of the Kings, Korean amphitheater.
Sounds like a great mix. History, culture, maybe slightly cooler temps.
Nice. And one more in the Med, for now the Amalfi Coast. Italy again.
Can't go wrong with the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Totally. Been a hot spot since Roman times, apparently. The views are just, well, you've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
What's cool is how each town has its own feel. Sorrento's got that romantic vibe inspired Byron, Positano, more Lux, those famous pink beaches. And Ravello is super old, 5th century, quieter, more historic maybe.
So something for everyone along that coast. Romance, luxury, history.
Got it. Okay, so we've done some popular picks, some med dreams. Where are we heading now? Global adventures.
Let's broaden the horizons.
Yeah.
How about Bali? Indonesia.
Always popular. What are the sources saying for 25?
Still a big draw, partly because it can be pretty affordable, especially once you're there, food, accommodation.
Good to know. Best time to go.
Weather-wise, April to September is generally good, but July and August, that's peak season, so expect crowds.
Right. Makes sense.
What really stands out is the variety. You've got surfing, volcano hikes for the adventurous types, but also tons of wellness retreats, yoga, meditation, a real chance for a, digital detax.
A digital detox sounds tempting these days. Bali seems to balance that energy and calm really well. Water bomb Bali for fun? Temples like Uluwandanu Baritan, the safari park. Lots going on.
Definitely diverse.
Okay.
From Bali's beaches to a city buzz, Barcelona.
Ah, Barcelona. Love that city.
It's unique, isn't it? Proper city break and a beach holiday rolled into one.
Sources rave about the nightlife, obviously the Gothic Quarter architecture, and that amazing Catalan food, especially the tapas bars.
Oh yeah, the tapas.
Essential. And here's a wild fact. Gaudi's Sagrada Familia. They reckon the main structure might finally be finished in 2026.
No way, after almost 150 years.
I know, right? It's incredible. Seeing it is amazing anyway, but wow.
That's mad. So tapas hopping, checking out the Gothic Quarter, maybe Santa Maria del Mar Church. Classic Barcelona.
Very much sums it up. Okay, next city. Maybe the most iconic, Paris.
Paris.
Yeah.
Especially after the Olympics in 24, I bet it's buzzing.
For sure. And it's surprisingly easy to get around, the sources say. Great public transport. You can even do a day trip to Disneyland Paris pretty easily.
Good point.
What comes across is that it's alive, like all the time.
Right.
Sunset by the Seine, the music scene, and of course the Eiffel Tower. You're going to see it sparkle, right?
Oh, absolutely. That
Yeah.
5 minutes every hour after sunset. Pure magic. City of lights, indeed.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, let's cross the pond again. New York City.
The Big Apple. Always a favorite, especially for summer trips.
Yeah, especially for UK visitors, it seems. Over 1 million in 2023, and they expect more. It's that whole American dream vibe, I guess.
It is, and it's got that amazing contrast, doesn't it? The crazy urban energy, but then you can escape to, like, Coney Island for a day.
Exactly. That juxtaposition is fascinating.
And there's just so much to do. Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, the Met, Central Park, top of the rock views, outdoor concerts. It's endless.
Truly something for everyone. Okay, one more global stop for this section. Tokyo.
Ooh, Tokyo. Future meets tradition.
That's the perfect description. It feels like stepping into the future, but the culture is so deep-rooted. Now, heads up, June to August can be humid. Very humid.
Right, good to know.
But it's also festival season. Odaiba has this Tokyo Bay Festival with amazing fireworks, and Tokyo is known for these really innovative theme parks, even geared towards adults.
Cool. Any downsides apart from humidity?
Well, June and July are generally the rainy season, too, so pack an umbrella or raincoat.
Got it. Rain gear and embrace the humidity for festivals and fireworks. Tokyo sounds intense in a good way.
Definitely a sensory overload, yeah. Okay, so we've hit some major hotspots. Shall we look at some places that maybe fly a bit under the radar, the underrated gems?
Yes. Love finding those hidden treasures. Where first?
Let's start in the Balkans, Southeastern Europe, Montenegro.
Montenegro. I hear it's beautiful.
Stunning by all accounts. Sources say June to August is prime time for the beaches along the Adriatic coast. Think Bay of Kotor, Budva Riviera. Gorgeous.
Sounds amazing.
And the appeal, it's got that similar beauty, like Italy or Greece, blue water, charming towns, but often without the same level of crowds or, frankly, the same price tag.
Okay, sign me up. Mediterranean beauty without the masses. Yes, please.
No.
And the capital is Podgorica.
That's the one. Okay, moving east again. Southeast Asia, Laos.
Laos. Heard good things are happening there.
Yeah, sources say it really surprises people. The infrastructure is improving fast. They've got a high-speed train now, new hotels popping up, especially in Vientiane, the capital.
Wow, high-speed rail. That's a game changer.
Totally. And beyond the cities, the nature is incredible. Luang Prabang, Vang Vieng for adventure stuff. Down south, just beautiful landscapes.
And it's meant to be quite affordable.
That's the word. Sometimes called the poor man's Thailand, which sounds a bit harsh, but it means similar beauty and culture, just, maybe easier on the wallet.
Gotcha. Better infrastructure, beautiful nature, good value. Laos sounds very intriguing.
Definitely one to watch. Next up, another Southeast Asian spot, the Philippines.
Ah, the Philippines.
Yeah.
All those islands.
Over 7,500. It's mind-boggling. It's getting more popular, and a big plus, according to our sources, English is widely spoken.
Oh, that makes things much easier for a lot of travelers.
For sure. And the beaches. Supposed to be absolutely world-class, amazing marine life, too.
Sounds idyllic. Any downsides?
Infrastructure can be a bit hit or miss depending on which island you're on. And you need to be mindful of typhoon season, which usually runs June to November. So planning is key there.
Right. 7,500 islands, English spoken, to stunning beaches. But check the infrastructure and be aware of typhoon season. Got it.
Okay, from islands to mountains. The Himalayas. Nepal.
Nepal. Culture, mountains, epic.
Truly, you get this amazing blend of Buddhist and Hindu culture, plus obviously access to the highest mountains on Earth.
And it's affordable too, right?
Very affordable, sources say. Apparently easier to get around than neighboring India, too. Main thing to prep for if you're trekking. Altitude sickness. Gotta take that seriously.
Good advice. Anything else Nepal's known for?
Kashmir, really high quality stuff, great souvenir.
Yeah.
Key spots are Kathmandu, the capital, and Pokhara, the lakeside city.
Nepal sounds like a really deep, rewarding experience. Okay, where's our next underrated gem?
Let's head south. Southern Hemisphere, South Africa.
South Africa, diverse country. When's the best time?
Well, interestingly, for our summer, June, July, August, that's their winter. And sources say May to October is actually a great time to visit, especially for wildlife.
Oh, winter for safaris. Why's that?
It's cooler and drier, means the vegetation is less dense, so animals are easier to spot, especially around waterholes. Plus, fewer mosquitoes.
Okay, that makes sense. Easier animal spotting and fewer bugs. Winter.
Right. Perfect for Kruger National Park, and it's also whale watching season down in Durban around then. Plus, you've got vibrant cities like Cape Town and Johannesburg.
South Africa in their winter sounds like a smart move. Great tip.
And sticking with the Southern Hemisphere winter theme, New Zealand.
New Zealand, another beauty. Also good June, August.
Yeah, often better prices for flights and places to stay because it's their off-season or winter.
Makes sense. What's the draw in their winter?
Well, if you like skiing, the South Island is the place to be. Queenstown, Wanaka.
Right, the adventure capital.
Exactly. The North Island gets more rain then, but the South Island scenery is still incredible. Places like Golden Bay, Abel Tasman National Park. And up north, the Bay of Islands is still great for dolphin watching and Maori culture.
So snow sports in the south, culture, and maybe some rain in the north. New Zealand offers a lot, even in their winter. That South Island scenery is just unreal.
It really is something else. Okay, so those are some top underrated picks. Ready for some more hidden gems, maybe a bit further off the beaten path.
Absolutely. Let's keep digging.
All right, first up, Central America again, Panama.
Panama. Okay, tell me more.
Sources called it the Miami of Central America. Modern city skyline, quite vibrant, but then you've got amazing nature right nearby.
Interesting comparison. What else?
Infrastructure is surprisingly good, apparently thanks to the canal money. And because it's so narrow, you can get between the Pacific and Caribbean coasts really quickly. Plus, generally cheaper than, say, Costa Rica.
Well, Miami of Central America, good infrastructure, 2 coasts nearby, and affordable. Panama sounds like it packs a punch.
It seems like it. Staying in the region, let's look at Belize.
Belize.
Yeah.
English speaking, right, near Mexico.
Exactly. Sources suggest thinking about it instead of maybe Cancun if you want something more laid back and, again, often more affordable.
Okay, laid back alternative to Cancun? I like the sound of that.
The infrastructure might not be quite as developed as the big resort areas, but it's got charm. Mayan history, amazing barrier reef for diving and snorkeling off places like San Pedro and Cape Cocker, plus stuff around Belize City.
Mayan ruins and Caribbean reef. Belize sounds like a fantastic combination.
Definitely a unique mix. Okay, back to Europe. Poland.
Poland. Heard it's great value, lots of history.
That's the consensus. Very affordable for Europe. Cities like Krakow with its beautiful old town, Warsaw rebuilt after the war. Tons of history, some of it very heavy, obviously, related to WWII.
Important history to engage with. How's getting around?
Pretty good, but the train network, while decent, maybe isn't quite as slick or extensive as in Western Europe. Just something to keep in mind.
Good practical tip. Poland sounds like a solid, affordable European option with real historical depth.
Agreed. Now let's jump to Africa. East Africa, Tanzania.
Tanzania, Safari Central, right, and Zanzibar beaches.
Exactly. Famous for incredible wildlife, Serengeti, Ngorongoro Crater, Mount Kilimanjaro, of course, beautiful beaches. And sources really emphasize how friendly the people are. Swahili is widely spoken.
The wildlife opportunities there are just legendary. Safari and beach combo sounds pretty perfect.
It's a classic for a reason. Okay, another European one, Eastern Europe again, Romania.
Romania, Transylvania, right, Dracula vibes.
Well, yes, it's famous for Transylvania, the Carpathian Mountains, lots of medieval towns, maybe less Dracula, more stunning scenery and history.
Okay, less vampires, more history and mountains.
Got it. And again, it's known for being affordable. Great for history buffs on a budget who want that medieval European.
Affordable medieval Europe. Romania is definitely going on the potential list.
Cool. And one last hidden gem for this round. Georgia.
The country, not the U.S. state, where Europe meets Asia.
Precisely. It's in that fascinating Caucasus region. Rich history, incredible mountain scenery. The Caucasus Mountains are stunning. It feels connected to the Western world, but has its own unique blend. And guess what?
Let me guess. Affordable.
You got it. Very budget friendly.
Georgia sounds amazing. Mountains, history, unique culture, good value. Definitely a hidden gem. Okay, wow, we've covered some ground. From the popular to the underrated to the hidden gems. What's next? Are there places predicted to be, like, huge in 2025?
Funny you should ask. Our sources definitely have some predictions for emerging favorites and places offering really unique experiences next year.
Ooh, spill the beans. What's tip for the top?
First up, Slovenia. Compact country in Europe, but packs in so much variety.
Slovenia. Heard amazing things about Lake Bled.
Lake Bled is iconic with that church on the island, but what's incredible is, from the capital, Midljana, which is lovely itself, you can drive like an hour and be in the Julian Alps, or an hour the other way and be at the Adriatic Sea.
No way. Alps and sea within an hour. That's crazy convenient.
Isn't it? Plus, you've got the Soka River Valley with that insane turquoise water, and Ostojna Caves, where you ride a train underground. It offers a ton.
Slovenia sounds absolutely stunning and really diverse for its size. Okay, who else is emerging?
Egypt. It's always been epic, but it's predicted to have a major tourism comeback.
Why is that?
The big news is the expected opening, finally, of the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza.
Oh, right. That's been talked about for years.
Exactly. It's going to be immense, housing all the Tutankhamun treasures and so much more. That, plus the timeless appeal of the pyramids and the Nile. Egypt's going to be massive.
Wow, the Grand Egyptian Museum opening is huge news. That's definitely going to draw crowds back to Egypt's incredible history.
For sure. Another one that's always popular but set for a big year is Japan.
Again, what's happening in Japan in 25?
Two major events. It's hosting the World Expo in Osaka, think cutting-edge tech and global culture showcases. And it's co-hosting the Rugby World Cup with France.
World Expo and Rugby World Cup. Okay, Japan's going to be buzzing. Definitely an exciting time to visit, if maybe a busy one.
Could be busy, yeah, but exciting. Now, remember we talked about New Zealand's South Island for winter?
Yeah, the skiing and scenery.
Well, it's also tipped to see a big surge in general travel in 2025. People seeking out those incredible natural wonders like Milford Track, Fiordland National Park, and wanting to connect with Maori culture. It's a perennial favorite for adventure.
Makes sense. That landscape is just magnetic. South Island's appeal is definitely enduring.
Totally. Okay, back to the Balkans, Albania.
Albania, another emerging Balkan gem.
Looks like it. It's got stunning coastal cities with Ottoman architecture like Berat, plus amazing outdoor adventures hiking in the Albanian Alps, exploring the Ionian coast, and ancient ruins like Butrint.
Wow, Albania sounds like it offers that history, coast, and mountains combo. Maybe like Montenegro, but even less discovered.
Potentially, yeah. Still feels like a hidden gem, but maybe not for much longer. Next, a really unique one, Bhutan.
Bhutan. Gross national happiness, right? And the Tiger's Nest Monastery.
That's the one. Small Himalayan kingdom focused on sustainable, high-value tourism. Expect amazing Buddhist culture, remote villages, and that incredible cliffside monastery. Just got to be prepared for the altitude.
Bhutan sounds like a place for a really mindful, special trip. Not your average beach holiday.
Definitely not. A very different kind of rewarding experience. Okay, we're also revisiting Uzbekistan.
The Silk Road history.
Yep. The prediction is that the tourism infrastructure will get a significant boost in 2025, making it easier to explore those legendary cities like Samarkand and Bukhara with their incredible architecture, plus Tashkent, the capital.
Better infrastructure makes exploring the Silk Road even more appealing. Those cities look incredible in photos.
They really do. Now, how about South America?
Colombia.
Colombia. Heard it's completely transformed and amazing now.
Absolutely. Sources say it's vibrant, safe, and just captivating. You've got coffee plantations, Caribbean beaches, historic cities like Cartagena, the buzz of Bogota, charming colonial towns like Villa de Leyva, plus Medellin's famous nightlife.
Wow, Colombia seems to have everything. Mountains, beaches, coffee, culture, history.
It really offers a staggering amount of variety. Okay, heading down under, Tasmania, Australia.
Tassie, the island state. What's the buzz? Poised to really emerge in 2025. It's a nature lover's dream, Cradle Mountain, Freycinet Peninsula, incredible wilderness, but also a booming foodie scene, seafood, wine. And for hikers, the overland track is iconic.
Tasmania sounds rugged and beautiful with great food and wine, perfect combo.
Chinks like it. And our final emerging favorite, Namibia.
Namibia, those incredible dunes, right?
Exactly. The Namib Desert, the Skeleton Coast. The landscapes are just otherworldly. It's been a hidden gem, but it's getting more attention for 2025. Wildlife safaris in Etosha National Park, too. It's stunning.
Namibia's landscapes look truly unique, like another planet sometimes. Great to see it getting more recognition.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what a list. From the Caribbean sun to European history, Asian culture, African safaris, Southern Hemisphere wonders. We've really covered a lot of ground for summer 2025.
It's actually kind of overwhelming in a good way. The sheer variety is incredible. Beaches, mountains, cities, adventure culture, relaxation, budget options, luxury options.
There really is something out there for pretty much every travel style and interest imaginable. Hopefully, this deep dive gives you listening a good starting point, spark some ideas.
Definitely.
Oh.
Now comes the fun part, right?
Uh-huh.
Thinking about what really jumped out, what fits your travel style.
Exactly. What resonates with you personally?
So, yeah, with all these amazing places we've talked about, these unique corners of the world, maybe the question to leave you with is, what kind of unforgettable summer story are you going to create in 2025?
Good question. Maybe time to look a bit closer at one or two of these spots that caught your attention today.
Sounds like a plan. Happy travels, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.